Good afternoon. My name is Rafael Zapata, and I'm Assistant Dean and Director of the Intercultural Center at Swarthmore, and it is an honor to be here on behalf of the staff to formally welcome Rebecca Chopp as our 14th president. I had the privilege of serving on the Presidential Search Committee that selected President Chopp, and I would like to share some insight that I've gleaned since I first met her in the fall of 2008. An accomplished scholar, educator, and passionate advocate for the liberal arts, President Chopp is widely known as a leader among leaders in higher education. She has displayed incredible resilience, poise, and judgment in the face of adversity, and an ability to bring groups together around core values. An approach, no doubt, informed by her own unique collection of multiple identities. A first-generation college graduate, a feminist theologian, who happened to grow up in rural Kansas. Indeed, the values that have guided her life and career resonate deeply at Swarthmore: collective responsibility, a commitment to mentoring, collaboration, and transparency, fostering a dynamic, rigorous educational environment in which all members of our diverse community are teachers and learners, and the unapologetic belief that students with the privilege of an elite education should utilize it in the service of the greater good. As President Chopp has articulated in her writings, these values are relevant beyond the obvious clamor that characterizes the current historical moment. They must be intentionally applied to the more subtle, subtle social, political, and institutional structures. They must be intentionally applied to the more subtle social, political, and institutional structures that result in pervasive inequality and social and economic dislocation that foment violence and conflict, as well as the oftentimes invisible suffering of marginalized groups. As such, we must continually strive to positively channel our students' passion for the issues around which they organize: good jobs that pay fair wages, socially responsible innovation and technology, developing alternatives to mass incarceration, and creative approaches to educating those deemed beyond reach, among others. Yet developing the intellectual and analytical gifts of our students is not sufficient to fully prepare them to effect such change. President Chopp, in her discussion of what she terms the community of emancipatory transformation, provides a promising example. I quote, "This community does not merely tolerate differences. It demands, enables, and encourages difference. Amid these differences, solidarity arises, a solidarity that takes time, patience, care, and gentleness. One that knows conflict, one that enlivens opposition, but one that also nurtures solidarity through differences and conflicts. This is a community that deliberates what could be, what may be," end quote. In other words, how to develop the ability to work through vexing problems with compassion, care, integrity, and dare I say, love. In the process, we as a community will successfully develop the courage and emotional strength to remain substantively engaged despite our fear, stress, and discomfort, and yet remain hopeful, especially amidst the clamor. President Chopp, we are ecstatic that you and your husband, Fred Thibodeau, have joined our community. We look forward with great anticipation to the many things we can accomplish together during your tenure. On behalf of the staff, I wish you all the best, and of course, Happy Mother's Day to you and all the mothers in attendance. Thank you.